and I'm going to try to get to as many emails as I can. The number here is 602-875-0444, and we already have someone in the queue. I did get an email that I want to address a little bit anonymously. You know, being a medium is a big responsibility, and you want to make sure that the people that you're talking to, or at least I want to make sure that the people that I'm talking to know that their loved ones are safe on the other side. But I had a question come through the email about suicide, the option of suicide. I had 8 clients today, and out of those 8 clients, I had 3 spirits that talked to me that had transitioned through suicide. One was a 10-year-old, the other was a teenager, one was a grown man. And I talked to the parents of each one of these people. Their parents were devastated. The idea of suicide is that you'll go to sleep and you'll be out of pain and the people around you are better off without you. And that's not true at all, because in understanding how karma works, even though when you take your own life, you're still going to a place that we call heaven, there's still levels of repeating that karma in the next lifetime. And who wants to come back here and repeat some of the difficulty that we find while we're here? So suicide is never an option. The person that emailed me about that, I'm going to private message you. I'm going to answer your questions via email privately. So I'm going to start with some of these emails. I do have a caller or two in the queue. Again, please call 602-875-0444. We're going to start with a question. My mother just passed away Sunday, the 29th. I would like to know if you have any information as to her spirit at this time. I still feel her here. Want to know if she's okay and free of the awful pain that she was in, and let her know that we will be okay and we'll work things out. Well, I just want to tell you that your mother was, it feels like your mother was deeply relieved to get out of what I call the suitcase, you know, the body that she was in. I feel like her aura field had multiple breaks in it, meaning that she didn't just have one thing. I think she had a lot of pain. I think she had a lot of things. Maybe her whole body had some pain. And it feels like a man came to greet her, somebody that she loved, possibly your father. There's something with the chest or the heart there. I do get a couple of names here. I do get the name William or Bill. And I do feel like the person that has written me is a great healer, or someone who understands how spirit works, or understands that in her mother's freedom from the body, it's a great and wonderful thing. So I think that not only is your mother still around you, but I think that you're going to see a few signs from her. In fact, there's a light that goes on and off. And interestingly, the last time we did a night of readings, I told someone that a phone was going off, and it happened while we were doing our hour. So I do think that your mother is relieved, happy, grateful. There's the name Mary around it. There's something with somebody that had a chest issue, William, a Carol, a Jean. I feel like you yourself are a healer in the healing arts, and I want to assure you that your mother is doing just fine. So thank you for, I hope those names mean something to you and that you understand what she's saying. Also, I think she promised you that she was going to contact you, so I think you've already had a dream, or you feel her around, or you smell her scent. And there's something about a sweater, or something that she had something important about a sweater, or she was cold a lot, or she's showing me a sweater. So I hope that works for you. I'm going to take another email from someone that says, my son died 3 weeks ago. I so want to talk to him and let him know that I love him, and I know he is all right now. Yes, your son is all right now. There's something about a baby. I don't know if your son had a baby, or there's another baby, or there's something with a baby in your energy field, or your son's energy field. It feels like there's somebody around your son that either had a drug, alcohol, or a depression issue. I'm getting the name Louis or Louise. I'm getting the name Michael, and I'm getting the name John. You're either on the East Coast or the Upper East Coast, or there's something about the East Coast. And it feels like your son had some issues starting young. He feels very handsome to me, by the way. He's calling you Ma, Ma, Ma. rather than mom. Ma, I'm doing fine, Ma. I'm doing fine. I think that there's something around his age of 15. So I think maybe he had some other issues in his life, okay? There's something about a relationship issue. So maybe it was around his, maybe there was some father issues around his dad, okay? Feels like a woman greeted him. I think maybe it was your grandmother. I'm getting grandmother. I don't think it was your mother. I think it was your grandmother that greeted him. There's something about a Joe, Joseph, Jody, or Joanne, and something with a rosary. So if somebody was Catholic. So I hope, Deborah, that I've answered your question. Sometimes we get names and so on that come to you later, but I hope some of those meant something to you. I'm going to go to the phone now and see if I can get a phone call transferred over to me. Hi, this is Melinda. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, this is Melinda.
Hello?
How can I help you tonight?
Hi, Melinda. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to me.
Absolutely. What's your first name, please?
My first name is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H.
Oh, that's the way my aunt spells her name, Sarah. Okay. Sarah, you have wonderful energy, Sarah. You've got a wonderful teaching energy about you. There's something about you that teaches other people. Do you know that? I'm seeing something with farmland. I'm seeing something in the Midwest. Are you calling me from the Midwest?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is there something with farmland or something around you that has horses or something with farmland around you?
I grew up on a farm.
Oh, very good. Okay, so I'm seeing a farm around you. So it tells me that you're really like a down-to-earth person, Sarah, like you're really centered, you know. You've got that spirituality that connects to the earth. Did you do something with a lake? Is there something with a lake around you? And who is it around you that had cancer, Sarah?
I don't know anybody around me that had cancer.
It feels like it was cancer of the prostate or lower body, kidney or bladder. Do you know who that was?
I don't know who that would be.
Okay.
The lake, though, that you're speaking, I think would be our family pond.
Oh, the pond is wonderful. Okay, all right. So maybe there's somebody standing here to talk to our next caller that had that. So let's wait and get your question. Do you know who Robert or Bob is, Sarah?
Roberts is my last name, R-O-B-E-R-T-S.
Okay, that's your last name. Okay. All right, and what is your question, sweetheart?
Well, I'm going through a lot of health challenges this past been over a year now.
Okay, now if you can see my papers here, I don't know if you're seeing your computer, but I just wrote the word nurse here. So let me just go down your aura and then we'll talk about it. Can you give me your birth date?
Yes, it's 8/5/81.
1981. You're the same age as my daughter, sweetheart. She was born 7/1/81. Okay, let me take a look at it, Sarah.
Okay, thank you.
Sarah, I feel like there's a couple different breaks in your aura field, and I'm going to jump around for a minute. So I want you to help me out while I'm jumping around on your body, okay, honey?
Okay,
it almost feels, Sarah, like there's autoimmune or something, like you're fatigued, you're tired, or like there's a lot of fatigue there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, it's almost like, like you can't, you're an energetic person, Sarah. You're vibrant and you're full of life, but it almost feels like smack, like you hit a wall, like smack. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go to your gut first. Can you tell me what's going on with your tummy or your kidney, bladder, stomach, or gynecological system? Why I see the break in your abdominal area first.
Well, I pretty much have a lot of that going on. I have PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. Didn't have a period for 9 years, but I started having them again.
Mm-hmm.
But most recently, just got out of the hospital on Friday because I was having internal bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that I had a bleeding ulcer, so I had to have medicine injected into it to stop it, and I had to have a blood transfusion.
Well, holy shit, Sarah, if I didn't see that break in your abdominal field, we would have been in deep trouble with you calling me tonight, because it's all in your abdominal field, right, honey? Like from the
Yes,
from
there's
everything.
everything
Okay, now tell me why there's a break in and around your eyes and in your chest too, honey. Can you tell me that?
my eyes and my
Okay,
chest.
do you wear glasses or contact lenses? Do you have anything with allergies?
No, I have food allergies and smell sensitivity.
Okay, so that's a contributing factor. Okay, have you ever had anything with your lungs or anything with like that, or something in your heart chakra? Because
My heart was doing weird stuff when I was losing the blood.
okay, that's why I'm okay. So that's why I'm seeing that. Okay, all right. So we've got the understanding of what's happening in your body. So it feels like they're getting a handle on it, though. Sarah, are they? It feels like you've got a good doctor to me. It feels like they're getting a handle on it. But I want to go into some emotional stuff. I want to go into something around 10 or 11. It feels like you're having trouble digesting life, so to speak. It feels like you may be and I'm talking about in your subconscious mind, honey. I'm not talking, nobody consciously wants to be sick. I'm just saying that sometimes emotions weigh in with health issues, right? And can you tell me, was there any trauma for you, or in your third, fourth, or fifth grade, or something subtle that happened there?
Well, before I say that too, I do want to say I do have other health issues too. I have Lyme disease.
Oh, that's the autoimmune. Okay, honey.
And I have stuff going on with my neck and my muscles where I haven't left my house in a year except for that hospital stay, and I'm pretty much like, I don't have very much movement. I haven't turned my head in a year.
That may be why I see this break in the eye field too, honey. And the autoimmune would be the Lymes. When did you contract the Lymes?
Well, they when I got my test back for it, it was chronic, so they're thinking, I think that I got it. I did get bit by a bug and get sick from it when I was living in Florida like 9 years ago. But they didn't know anything about that, so they just gave me they thought it was just like a spider bite, and they gave me like antihistamine or something.
Yeah, you know what, Sarah, I'm so sorry. They just don't really know that much about Lyme's yet. They're still trying to struggle with it, right? Okay.
Especially in the West, nobody wants to help you treat for it very well,
Yeah, again, it feels like you may be in some place where there's a little bit more catching up to do in that regard. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So take me back though. Take me back to what would be a trauma that would create some issues that would, like, you're a vibrant, beautiful young woman. I can feel that, but if there's something within your subconscious mind that says that you need to slow down or discount yourself. Where is that coming from, Sarah?
What, 7 years old, my father died.
Okay, that's where it's coming from, honey. Okay. All right. So, what is Daddy's name, please, Sarah?
His name is Tom, Thom.
Do you understand that Tom has been with you your whole life?
I tried to.
Okay. I know you were young.
In my years now, I'm more spiritual, so, I try to believe that, but there's, I think, probably still a little hurt still inside of me that feels sad that he wasn't around.
Yeah, of course, honey, of course. But if I were working with you here, I would be looking at, in order to break the energy of the health issues, I'd be looking back at that time when Tom left and something around that made it so that you have, how do I want to say, limited yourself, okay? And I do want you to know that Tom has been with you all the time, like he's never been away from you. There's something about weight. Can you tell me why I'm getting something about weight?
Weight.
Anybody have a weight issue or weight problem?
No, I guess before I got sick, I was a runner, and I used to run a lot, so I could eat a lot because I don't like to be I like to be thin.
So you've got an issue about weight then. You're just saying to me that I have an issue about weight. I don't want to gain weight. That's what you're saying to me, right?
Yeah, but I have gained weight now that I'm not little, but it's like I think it's my last concern right now. I haven't been sitting thinking about it or anything, but in the past when I was quote unquote healthy, I didn't like to gain weight. I like to stay fit.
Okay, and something about your age of 17, and there's a Michael. Do you know who Michael is, Sarah?
Michael. I have an uncle, Mike.
Okay, is that your mom's brother?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on mom's side. Okay, your mom's brother. Okay, dad's just giving me something that I would have no way of knowing. And then something about 17, is that when the running started?
No, I didn't. I started running later in life. I wasn't into fitness that much.
Okay,
early.
tell me why dad's giving me the age of 17.
17. Gosh, I don't even know.
Okay, so I want you to look at the early, that early ages that I gave you of being without dad, and I want you to look at about a senior in high school when you're making some decisions for yourself. I want you to look at those kinds of emotional things, and I want. Go ahead, honey.
That's impaired.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
At 17 or 18, I got an inheritance from my dad. I don't know if it has anything.
Oh, then that's what he's talking about. Okay, honey. He's just giving me stuff I'd have no way of knowing. Okay, honey? So you know that he's around you? Okay, honey. So that makes sense to me that he would give me that age for when that happened. Okay, so what I want you to do, Sarah, because I feel you are a really spectacular kid, aren't you? I mean, I know you're a woman, but to me you're a kid, right? I want you to kind of look at some of the emotional pieces, not just the physical pieces, okay?
I've been trying to. I've read like Louise Hay's book and Amy Shearer, How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can, and Abraham Hicks, and
good.
Now it's another book that's based on emotions, and I've tried to tap and clear and do like everything, and I just don't know what I'm missing. Okay. I'm tired of being like that.
I know, honey.
I can't do it anymore.
I know, honey. I'm sorry. Do it in reference to dad now, okay, honey? Go back to the dad thing, because that's what I picked up on. Go back to dad. Meditate on that time in your childhood. Meditate on that time at 17 or 18, how you felt getting that. Work with the dad thing right now, okay?
Okay.
Because that may be...
Go ahead. Getting through this completely?
You know what? I know you are, Sarah. I absolutely know your spirit is strong enough to get through this completely. You just didn't have the direction on what the piece of emotional stuff was that you needed to clear because it happened when you were so young. That's what it is, honey. That's why when you first called, I got the farm, and that's why I got your last name, and that's why I got the early age and the pond and the... How did Dad pass, honey?
Of heart problems.
Okay.
And running, I think, when he passed.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I want you to look at. Okay, Sarah? Okay. Okay, honey. And write to me and let me know, okay? You have
I actually have an appointment with you coming up.
Yay! Then I'll get to see your picture and stuff, okay? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Then we can work on it a little bit more, okay, Sarah?
Okay. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Honey, I look forward to talking with you. We're going to clear this thing, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Okay, so, let's see here. What do we have here? It says, I am sending in a question for tonight. Does my mother, Pauline, want to say anything to me, or if anyone else is coming through for me with some messages? Thank you for reading my email. Well, thank you for emailing me. First of all, I feel like you yourself are an awesome person also. I'm getting all this wonderful energy from you. You've got a really open heart. You're very much in gratitude, and you're very thankful about things in your life. Your mother, Pauline, has come to you often. She comes to you with little wings, so butterflies and hummingbirds. But also there's something that feels French to me, and there's something with a brother. I don't know if you have the brother or if Mom has the brother, but there's something with a brother. And there is a Monica or Monique or something like that. And again, that seems French to me. But I will tell you that there's a message coming to you from your mother on a license plate. So I want you to look for that. And that will be something that'll either be initials or writing or a catchphrase or something that you two have together. And so that's the answer to that question. And thank you for writing in. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh, this is so nice. Somebody wrote to me, "You are so beautiful, you radiate love. God bless you," from a grateful client. Thank you very much, grateful client. Okay, we have something, how can I better take care of myself while I'm going through a healing period since my father crossed over in July? Is there anything he is still wanting to communicate with me and I have not been able to hear? Well, first and foremost, I feel like you're very good at hearing, but I'm getting the name Robert. I guess I'm getting the name Robert a lot tonight, but I'm getting the name Robert. And I think that Robert has some concerns about a brother, something with a brother. It feels like there may be something with mental illness or something around a brother that your father feels like he's had some responsibility for, or that he feels badly about, or some guilt around. And then when he did his life review, he saw that it wasn't anything with him. So there's also some things around mom. I think mom is still on the planet. So I think that there is energy of him being kind of holding space for mom. I'm getting the name Barbara. I feel like there's a whole life cycle or a whole life change for you, something with a whole life change. And Dad is happy about it. So the message is that Daddy is happy about your life change and that he is holding space for mom. Okay? Okay, let's see here. Do we have another caller? Let's take another caller and then we'll move through some of these other emails. Do I have it? Hi, this is Melinda. Who's calling?
Hi, Melinda. This is Samantha Malcolm.
Hi, Samantha. How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. I think that you sent me an email too, didn't you, baby?
I did, yes.
I just pulled it out. Okay, so do you want me to read it or do you want to ask me?
You can read it.
I have one frozen embryo, baby number 6. My husband does not want to use this embryo, but I feel compelled to go back for this baby. I'm looking for guidance. Whew, that's a really loaded question, Miss Samantha, okay? For a couple of different reasons, okay? Couple different reasons. Because what Spirit says about that, you know, it's a different world. It's a very different world about how spirits come in, spirits go out, the meaningfulness of what we're doing on the planet, okay? And, you know, Samantha, you could use it, the embryo, without using it for yourself.
Yeah.
And so I wondered if that was something that you and your husband discussed to donate.
No, we haven't really gone down that path.
Has
I
it?
had spoken to the doctor, and he just didn't really. I believe it's an option, but he didn't suggest it as an option. I think I'd have a hard time with it.
Would you? Okay. It was just a question, and the reason it was a question, Sam, was because, you know, I talk to so many childless couples, you know, people who are looking to be good parents that have, you want to have that as an option. So, you know, I will tell you, Sam, that it doesn't feel like your husband wants to bend. I'm not going to tell you what to do with the embryo, but I am going to tell you that your husband feels pretty strongly that he doesn't want to use it. I mean, you're clear about that, right, honey?
Yes, I'm clear about it.
Yeah. So what I want to say to you is that you guys are going to have to make decisions, even though they're going to be hard for you, Sam, because I just don't think he's going to bend. I just feel like he's going to stick to his guns on this one, honey.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I guess I wanted to know if I should fight for it or let him essentially, you know, let this go essentially.
Well, honey, I'm going to tell you this, okay? This is the way I'm reading the energy. If you fight for it, it's going to be a futile fight because all it's going to do is create some issues between you. So even if he gave in, which I don't think he will, but even if he did, he would do so with resentment.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So take a deep breath, Sam. I know this is a really tough thing for you, okay? So what I want to say to you, sweetheart, is that for the sake of the children that you have, for the sake of your marriage, you might want to acquiesce and let this one go because I feel like it's a bone of contention that you're not going to win.
Okay.
All right. Do you know who Chris is, Sam?
Chris?
Yes.
I think so.
Who is
that? Chris?
Who is that, sweetheart?
Friend's husband.
Ah, okay. You and your friend must be talking about him or something. The energy,
yeah, we have been.
Yeah, the energy just popped in out of your I think because here's what I think just happened, Sam. I think because I said that was a bone of contention. You and your husband may have a little difficulty over it. I think Chris popped up because his wife and you are talking about maybe some things that they're going through. So I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? But just know, Sam, that I just feel like your husband is pretty strong, and that you have to maybe honor him and decide what else that you need to do. That I just don't. I mean, it's a sticky wicket. You know that, honey. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, honey.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Okay,
Thank
honey.
you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Take care of yourself. Bye, bye, honey.
All righty.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Another call, please. Okay, while that call's coming over to me, I have a very nice question. A yogi friend of mine recently said this to me about karma. Karma is the law of cause and effects that governs everything in our world, and understanding how to make it work for you can literally transform your life. How does this fit into your understanding explanation of karma? Every time I think I'm starting to grasp it, I realize I haven't. Also, I've been reading about NDEs, which is near-death experiences, and there's often a life review of sorts, not always, but often. Does the life review provide the basis for karma? And if you have an NDE, are you getting a first-hand look at your karma? Okay, good questions all the way around. Okay, the law of cause and effect, or karma, is really about repetitive patterns. So when you are in a state of understanding how the patterns repeat, either through your generations, through your DNA, which is your nature, or how you were raised, which is through your nurture, which is what we were talking about with Sarah, because her father passed young and she's having health issues young, and she's holding on to some of the emotional issues from that time. That's still repetitive patterns of karma. Not that Sarah deliberately hangs on to those emotions, but it's just there in her vibrational frequency, and I could feel it. So that karma is about understanding what you've chosen to work through in life. And that is actually the purpose of life, is not to have a grand and glorious career or to be a guru or anything like that. Karma is about understanding what you chose coming onto the planet and making it a situation that you learn from. That's the simplest explanation of karma. Everybody thinks that karma is negative. There's positive karma too. Near-death experiences, we all have a life review. When we pass away, we get to see what we feel good about. We get to see what we don't feel so good about. And there are many people that come back from near-death experience with an enhanced ability to connect to the other side. The veil lessens, and that's why you hear so many mediums and so on talking about having their near-death experiences. But we all do get a life review. So thank you for that question, and I will take the next caller. Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you? Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you? Okay, looks like we lost that caller, so we shall get that caller back in just a minute. If we lost you, call us back. We got it now? Okay. Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you?
Hello?
Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you?
Hi.
Hi. Who's calling, please?
This is Vicki.
Hi, Vicki. How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What is your question for me tonight?
I just had a question. So I just recently moved back home to California, where I'm born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually been living in Arizona for a long time, and I just was kind of wondering, had I made the right decision, as far and what that's going to be for me.
What's your birth date, Vic? What's your birth date, honey?
It's December 4th.
Year?
1984.
Okay, so let me do this 12, 22, 26, 28, 29. Oh, you're an 11, honey. 11 numerologically is a very old soul number. And as an old soul, Vicky, you're very empathic. You feel things from other people. You're actually not hyper, but you're very sensitive. Like you feel things. Do you know that, Vicky, honey?
Yes. I'm sorry. Wait, it's Nikki. Sorry.
With an N. With an N. And Nikki,
yes.
Well, that fits your vibration much better, honey. I was thinking, holy crap, that doesn't fit her vibration. Her mother named her wrong. Okay. I'm just teasing you, Nikki. I always am hard of hearing when I'm on the phone like this because it comes through the phone. You know what I mean? Okay, so honey, you're sensitive and you're an empath. You know that, right?
Very.
Okay. And there's a teacher in your energy field. Are you going back to school?
I have my master's in secondary education.
Oh, you're a teacher. Very good. And do you know who Barb or Barbara is, please?
That's my mother.
That's Mama. Okay, and I got that name right without getting the first letter screwed up. Okay, so did you move in with Barb then?
Yeah.
Okay. But you guys get along well, don't you, Nikki?
Yes, we're really close.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love your mother when I tap into her. You know, she's a real, like, she's not a helicopter mom. She lets you be who you are. She's working with you on everything. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think California actually is a good move for you. I honestly think it's about new beginnings, even if you are returning home. I think Arizona taught you a lot of things, but it wasn't quite the right vibration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, do you know who Daniel or Danielle or Danny or Dana is?
I have a Danielle.
Who is that, honey?
It's a girlfriend of mine from high school.
Oh, she out there in California with you?
Hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So you're going back to your roots is why I got her by name. Okay. You're going back to your roots. Did you have a relationship that didn't work out, honey?
Yes.
Okay. And so there's a little bit of tail between your legs kind of a feeling for you, but please don't.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
To date, I'm having a hard time trying it.
Okay, just give yourself a little bit of a break then. Don't try. Just step back. Just be you. Just enjoy. Just relax. You're awesome. You've got a wonderful vibrational frequency. You're a soul number 11. You're a great teacher. I don't think that you're going to stay in teaching forever. I think there's other things for you to do. I don't think you need to worry about somebody coming into your life in the, between now and I'm going to say July. I just think you need to relax. I think there's a bit of a tail between your legs kind of feeling going home, but your mother is awesome, and I think you should just enjoy and let yourself be you right now. Okay, Nikki?
Okay.
All right. I got one more for you. Ready? Josh.
Yeah.
Who's Josh, honey?
Josh is my college boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Now we're really getting into the juice, okay? All right. So the reason I picked up on Josh, honey, is just for you to look at those romantic patterns so you can see how you're repeating them and then make a shift around that energy, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Nikki?
I think kind of.
Okay. Ask me a question then. I really want you to get it.
I guess I would say with him, he's like all over the place. He's confused.
Yeah.
Or like he has trouble making decisions.
And you held up the relationship. You took care of him.
Yes.
Okay. That's the pattern I want you to look at, honey. How you show up and attract people who don't.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I want you to do, and I think you're just going to be awesome there in California. Got your girlfriend from high school, got your college boyfriend. Know I'm in your energy field. Please don't worry about anything with a mate right now. Give yourself about 7-8 months here to just cool it and relax and just, be with you right now. Okay, Nikki?
Okay, thank you, Melinda.
You're welcome, honey. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Okay, do we have another caller? Let me take an email. Okay. Dear Melinda, This is from Sarah, and she is asking me about a project with real estate being finalized. Having gained insight and give gratitude for the lessons and not to attach the outcome, which is perfect energy, but she's poured her heart out into this dream, 65 years old. She's um, uh, talking about whether that energy is going to come to fruition. And it feels to me like absolutely that energy is going to come to fruition, but there is still a little bit of red tape or still a little bit of nonsense, I guess I'm going to say, that comes from some outside sources before that makes movement. Um, but I see a lot of like pine trees is what I'm seeing. A lot of pine trees, not exactly a large mountain, but maybe a smaller mountain or a hill. And I think that there's mm, 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 it's a peaceful feeling of where that energy is going to be. So I am going to say April. That's what I'm going to say. Now, time is hard to read, Sarah, so don't hold me exactly to the time. Let's say this spring, but I'm gonna say April. Okay, I want to pursue my lifelong dream of building my last home in Prescott, a modest off-grid organic cabin. That is in probably where I'm seeing the trees and so on. So just uh, just give yourself a little bit of time, and um, absolutely, I think that you are going to be getting that place. Okay. Um, there's an Elizabeth. There's an Elizabeth. Beth or Betty. There's an Elizabeth. I'll just throw that out at you. Um, I feel like your mother is ever present in your life on this. This is something she wants for you. So you're not just getting a manifestation of it through your own self. You're getting a manifestation of it that there's help from the other side. So I just want you to know that. Okay, I have a question. What can you tell me about a man named Trent? Trent. I feel that there's some past relationships that Trent has that he needs to deal with, or that he has dealt with, but that Trent has I still think that there's some work that Trent needs to do. Let me put it to you that way, okay? So there's something that still isn't quite right around Trent. I don't know if this is in job. I don't know if it's this in a relationship, but I'm not totally at where I think that you should 100% like move into a connection with Trent. Give it a little bit of time because there's still some things that Trent is working out. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We have another phone call coming through. This is from Joy, who says, I'm wondering if you can tell me who is surrounding me in spirit and if they have a message for me. Also, will my health be okay? Okay, let's see. Joy, it feels like your health will be okay, but it also feels like there's been some health issues that you've had to work on or work through, and that they will continue to be issues that you have to work on or work through. And the person that I see around you, actually, there's three. Um, First of all, you have angelic spirit guides, so you're working with some angelic energy, but you have some of your loved ones from the other side that guide you also. Um, I'm getting someone that had a nickname, Buzz, Bud, Junior, something, and that energy is around you. I'm also seeing someone who had chest issues or something with their chest, heart, lungs, diabetes, stroke, something there. There's also somebody with a brain compromise. That means Alzheimer's, dementia, and/or the stroke hit their brain, and/or something along those lines. Okay, but it feels like you have three people that you've loved in life that are around you pretty steadily. But also, I think if you worked with Archangel Michael in your meditations, it could open you up and help you with your health. So that's what I'm getting on that, okay? Okay, so who's next on the phone? Hi, this is Melinda. How can I help you?
Hi, Melinda. This is Cheryl. How are you?
I'm well, Cheryl. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How can I help you today?
I just wanted to inquire, hopefully, about my godfather, my godmother.
Okay. Give me names, please.
Okay. My godmother's name is Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And my godfather is Bob or Robert.
And they're both over, Cheryl?
I'm sorry, what?
They're both dead, honey? They're both over?
Yes. Yes.
There is somebody named John. Do you know who John is? John. I'm getting something with somebody named John.
John would be my father.
Okay, so they were all friends, your father, your mother, and these people, yes?
My godmother is on my mom's side.
But your mom's still on the planet, right?
Yes.
So your mom's still on the planet. So when they come to visit everybody, like your mom and everybody in the energy field, what happens is that they kind of bump into John. So sometimes they hang together. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You know that even though that may not be on. Who is Mary?
Mary.
Or Marie? Mary or Marie?
Nobody I know of.
Feels like it's around Alberta's energy, sweetheart. So, do you know whether Alberta's mother's name was Mary or Marie?
No, it was Jessie.
It was Jessie. Okay, all right. So I'm getting Mary or Marie around Alberta. So you'll have to ask your mom if she knows who that was, if that's on your mom's side, who Mary or Marie was. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know who Michael? Do you know who Joe is?
Joe. It could be my husband that passed away. And Michael. I have a son, Michael.
Okay, so apparently with the door open, I just picked up on Joe being passed away with the door open, seeing on the other side. He's not here with me, Cheryl, but I just picked up on because the door was opened. Okay, do you know? Did Joe have anybody named Mary or Marie in his world?
Maria might be his sister.
His sister.
Marie,
okay. All right. So I'm getting that on Joe's side of thing. I just was told that that's on Joe's side of thing for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And do you know who wore the uniform, military, fire, or police?
I had who passed away. My uncle was a fireman.
Very nice. Okay. All right. And is that on John's side or is that on Mom's side?
On my mom.
Okay.
Mom's side.
Mom is an interesting person. How old is Mom, Cheryl?
81.
Oh, she feels younger than that, Cheryl.
She is very interesting.
She's a pistol, girl.
Yes, she is. Definitely.
What's her name, please?
Her name is Dolores.
Dolores. She is hilarious. You know, when I tap into her, Cheryl, I would have guessed her maybe 10 years younger than she is. I think she's still pretty feisty and on the ball. She does have a few breaks in her aura field, though. Okay. Do you know who it was that had a problem with their hip or their leg or their lower back?
Well, my lower back hurts once in a while.
No, it feels like somebody, Cheryl, that had a cane or a walker or something.
Nobody that I know of.
Feels like it's in Dolores's energy field. Okay, so ask Dolores where I'm getting that. Okay. Was that her mother? What's Grandma's name?
Grandma's is Bessie.
Okay, was that in Grandma's energy field?
It could. Actually, you know what? When I was too young, but she did have a stroke. My grandmother.
Okay.
And she couldn't walk.
Okay, there you go. So that's to tell your mom that besides John, Alberta, and Robert hanging around, her mother hangs around her too.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
I was always wondering why my godfather and my aunt never seemed to be around. Well, she's my aunt as well as my godmother. So my mother's sister.
She's your mom's sister?
Alberta.
Okay. Well, then Alberta's coming with Grandma because they showed me the hip and the, you know what I mean? So that's where that's coming from, okay? All right, I got one more for you. Ready, honey?
Yeah.
Lynn, Linda, Lindsay, Lynn, or Glenn. Lynn or Glenn.
No.
I think you'll know that. I think you'll know that. Okay. I honestly, I think you're going to get off the phone and go, "Oh my gosh, that's who it was." Okay.
Glenn or Lynn?
Lynn, Lynn or Glenn. Okay. Glenn, Glenda, Lynn, Linda. Okay. All right. But ask Dolores. She might know. Okay. Ask Dolores. Okay. All right. But Alberta and Robert, they're with John. They're with Grandma. They're doing fine.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
there's
good.
also
my father.
John. Tell me John.
Does he know what's like going on with me? And is he around that much?
He is around that much. You have more than one son?
Yes.
He spends time with the sons. Are you having a financial issue or doing something with a dollar sign?
Yeah. Financially is a little crunch right now.
Okay, so he's around. Do you have 3 kids?
I have 3 boys and 1 girl.
Oh, three sons. Because I wrote a 3 next to where I had John. Okay, so I think your money's going to be all right, Cheryl. But he is holding space about that, and he's hanging out with the boys. Okay.
I'm really concerned. I have to. I'm down the line. I'm probably going to sell what was his house and his place, and I feel really guilty. Like I have to do that, or I'm going to be doing that. So I feel like I don't want to let him down.
No.
Sort of.
He says no. He's not. No. He says no. You're not going to let him down. Do what you need to do. Okay.
I try to fix up the place and do everything like he would want it. And
I know,
proud
honey.
Of it,
but just remember this, Cheryl. Caskets don't have pockets. Okay, so we're not attached to our belongings on the other side. We're only attached to our humans. We're not attached to our belongings. So if we're attached to our humans, if one of your kids came to you and said, "Ma, I got to sell this house because I need the money," wouldn't you say, "Son, daughter, do it. That's fine"? Wouldn't you say that, Cheryl? That's what your dad's.
Exactly.
That's what your dad's saying, honey. Okay. Okay, honey.
Okay.
All right, honey. You take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you.
Alberta's kind of a character, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she was the best.
Yeah, she's kind of a character. She's floating around me like this and doing something. she's kind of a character. Yeah, she really is. Okay, honey. Talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye. You too. Bye bye. Okay, here we go. Now we have a question from, I feel as if my grandma has been around a lot lately. I would love to know what message she has for me and what she thinks of Cicely. Thank you for your consideration in selecting my question. What a sweetheart. Okay, grandma. Okay, this person's first name is Jody, but I feel like maybe you were named after Grandma because I'm getting a Joe also around Grandma. Joe. And I'm assuming that maybe I shouldn't assume since I'm doing psychic work, but it feels like maybe you had a connection to Sicily or to Italy, and that reconnected you to something with Grandma. That's what it feels like to me. Like maybe there's some inner connection between you and Grandma on Italy. Because she's also showing me like pasta and things. I think she was a good cook. I think maybe she cooked Italian. I think maybe that she did some cooking. In fact, I think she's giving me some smells of that. So not only do I think that Grandma is around you, honey, but I think that your Grandma is the one that guides you. And sometimes when you get those little thoughts in your head and get some of those inspirational ideas, I think they come from Grandma. So definitely Grandma is around you, but I think you were named for Grandma. Okay, caller. We got a caller. Okay. Okay, let me Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you?
Hi, how are you, Melinda?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Who's calling?
My name is Rhonda Osborne.
Hi, Rhonda. Do we know each other?
No, we haven't met.
Well, it's nice to meet you tonight, Rhonda.
Yeah, I booked a reading with you a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened. You ended up having to go to the hospital or something for emergency.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't get to come in for my reading. So
Anyway. You know what? Maybe, Rhonda, my son-in-law had a bad bout for about 2 years. He kept going to the hospital for this, that, and the other thing. He had so many surgeries and he's young. And then they have a child. So when that happens, my daughter calls me and I run off to take care of my grandchild. So I'm sorry that happened.
It's okay. It's okay.
What's your question for me tonight?
I want to know a question about my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she just recently got married to someone that I really had bad feelings about him from the first time I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And since this whole thing has happened, my daughter has shunned me. I was shunned from her wedding, and I haven't talked to her in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if anytime soon, if my daughter and I are going to be able to repair this.
Okay, what's her name, sweetheart?
Her name is Christina, and I want to know if she's in any physical danger.
What's his name?
His name is Rich Bosher.
Okay. Psychological danger, Rhonda, but not physical.
Okay.
What you're reading in that energy is narcissism. Do you recognize it?
Yep, he's a sociopath narcissist.
There's narcissism there, Rhonda. But here's the good news. When I tap into Christina's energy field, I feel like, you brought her up really well, okay? So, we got to give her a chance to catch up on it because, narcissists are all about the narcissist, and codependents are all about the narcissist. And there's something around Christina that has codependency, meaning, codependents are the nicest people on the planet. So, so he was able to kind of reel her in on that codependency factor, okay? So there's something there. Here, I do have some bad news, though. Ready? A baby.
Oh, God, I was afraid of that.
I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, she was a child. Really, really, really
yeah.
bad, and she wanted it with him, and
yeah.
so I was really afraid of that.
Yeah, baby is what I'm getting, Rhonda. So I think she's going to get away from him at some point, but it's going to take some time. And it may take a little bit more time than you even realize. It could be years. But Rhonda, when she does get it, she'll get it and she'll turn back to you. There's something about her dad, something about her father. What's Dad's name?
His name's Bud. B-U-D. They call him Bud. His real name is Gerald.
Okay. Earlier tonight I gave somebody that somebody had a bud, or I don't know if you heard that when I was reading for somebody else. And so I want to tell that somebody else, if you're still listening, that sometimes when you do this kind of phone work with people calling in, you pick up on things before they happen. And so disregard, it was this bud that I was getting. So I'm sorry, my apologies to the other person. Does Bud have some issues, Rhonda? And where does the alcoholism come from, honey?
He used to be a really severe alcoholic, and he's been sober for about 15 or 20 years.
Okay, so when it goes through the karmic profile like this, Rhonda, that's where Christina gets the codependency, because it comes from nurture nature, right? Even though Bud may have been sober for a better part of her life, it still comes through that nurture, that nature from all that stuff. Okay. So I know this is a tough situation for you. I wish I had better news, but I do think it's going to take a couple of years. There's going to be a baby. I do think that this man is a narcissist. I do get a couple of names, if I could give them to you so you could see if they fit. Do you know who Lee or Lisa or Alyssa or Elisa is?
Elisa is my sister-in-law.
Good. Okay, good. I'm in your energy field, Rhonda. Okay, one more. Ready, sweetheart? Mark. Mark.
Yeah, Mark. That's her uncle on her dad's side.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm in the energy field. All right, so how old is Christina, please?
35.
And she's been with him for how long?
Not even a year and a half.
Okay, you ready to take a deep breath?
Mm-hmm.
42. It's going to take her that long.
Afraid of that.
Okay. Now, I think she's going to reach out to you before then, but it's going to be sketchy, and you just have to hold space and try not to say anything. Okay, Rhonda?
Yeah, because that's where I made a big mistake.
That's...
I called him out on his stuff, and anyway.
Yeah.
She really turned away from me.
Okay, but she's going to come back. I promise. She's not going to leave until she's 42. But she's going to come back, and you just got to hold space and keep it buttoned, okay, girlfriend?
And are they going to move out of the area?
Colorado?
Really?
You don't know?
No, I don't know. I mean,
two areas came to me. Washington, which would be Portland, Washington, and Colorado. That's what came to me when you asked the question, okay?
Okay.
All right, honey. Come make an appointment with me again. I'm sorry that my life got into our way. Okay? All right, Rhonda.
All right.
You take care of yourself.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, we've got 4 minutes, but I'd like to take another caller, if I could, please. Because I'll tell you what, those of you who emailed me, and I won't be able to do this every week because you know I keep a full schedule, but I will still try to answer your questions from your emails if I can, because I hate to leave unrequited questions. That's not what I like to do. So if I didn't get to your question and you emailed me, just give me a couple days and I'll get back to you, okay? Let me just take this last caller. Hi, this is Melinda. Can I help you?
Yes, my name is Deborah Lucero.
Hi, Deborah Lucero. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited that I got through.
Well, I am too, honey.
I'm attending your event on November 17th.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. You didn't come last year, Deb? This is your first time?
I didn't.
Oh,
this will be my first time. I went to see James and April at the Hay House event.
Did you?
Now we'll be able to see both of you.
Oh, that's good.
I actually volunteered for them at the Hay House, how they allow volunteers. My son and I did.
Did you? Well, James is the real deal. You know, I mean, I'll tell you what, Deb. There are people in my business that are more interested in what it can do for them, and James cares about all the people that he works with. I love James Von Prague. He's a wonderful guy. Who is Frank or Francis? Frank or Francis? Francis?
Frank is my brother, and his birthday was yesterday. He passed away in 2005.
He says hi. He's so excited that you got in. You know, he's having me jot the number. He's like, hi. He's so excited to talk to you, and he wants you to know that he saw you yesterday. Okay, he saw you, and that he is just as happy as he can be on the other side. And he's with somebody who has a rosary. Somebody had a rosary? Who's the Catholic?
I'm thinking it would probably be my grandfather, on my dad's side.
Ah, okay. What's his name, honey?
Possibly Joe.
Ah, look. Can you see in your camera? I just wrote Joe right here. I was going to ask you who it was. So that's who's got the rosary, okay? So Frank is with Joe because I got Frank and Joe together, my friend. So,
unless it's my dad.
Is your dad named Joe too? Is your dad named Joe too?
My dad. Yes.
Well,
yes, I have about 10 family members on the other side, and I joked when I went to go volunteer with Hay House because I thought I didn't know who James Von Prague was when they assigned me to him, and then I researched and I was like, wow, I'm going to have a family reunion when I go there.
That's awesome.
So many families, and you know what?
Yeah,
I did.
That's
and my brother
awesome.
Frank came through to me there as well.
Ah, wonderful.
And so it was so exciting to be able to know that he's at peace. Because the day that he came through with James, it was an activity where James led us through a meditation, and the person that wanted to talk to us would, place their hands on our shoulders, and we would essentially see them or their lives.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, I didn't see like any features of my brother, but I did see his life and kind of how things spiraled downhill for him. And I felt his feelings of worthlessness. And that day I was able to teach him a technique that I use, that I've just learned in the past few years, probably since 2014, called emotional freedom technique. And I was able to teach him how to tap that day.
Very good.
I was able to share with him that he doesn't have to feel worthless.
Very good.
And so he came to me in a dream last week.
Because it was his birthday coming up, right? Yeah.
Yes. So it's very nice to be able to have just, proof that he did get my message.
Of course, because he just jumped right in here. Now, I just asked a question if I'm talking to Joe Grandpa or Joe Dad, and I'm actually talking to Joe Dad. Joe Dad is with Frank, okay? But the way they divided the two Joes, well, it was showing me one with a rosary and the other Joe, okay? All right. What's the East Coast energy, sweetheart? What's the East Coast energy?
East Coast energy. I have a couple of cousins that live on the East Coast.
Very nice. Okay.
And I've been worried. Yeah, but not anybody that's on the other side. I have a cousin that I've been a little bit worried about, and he was an Army Ranger, and he just got retired last May. Okay. And I just wonder about him emotionally.
He's going to be okay, but I understand why you tap into him and have concerns, okay? All right, well, Deborah, make sure you come up to me at the event and introduce yourself, would you, sweetheart? Okay?
I sure will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm glad Frank jumped right in. He's awesome.
Tell my family that I'm happy and that I finally processed their deaths and I'm okay.
They know.
I know that they're not dead, that their souls are alive.
They know, honey. They send you hearts all the time, okay? Okay, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Take care.
God
Bye-bye.
bless you. Thank you. I will see you the 17th.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, well, did you take that one last caller in the queue, or did you take a message, or you didn't take that last caller in the queue? Okay, so we are so honored when you join us, and I so appreciate it. And what Deborah was just talking about, for those that you don't know, is that James Van Prague and I will be together at the Mauna Lucia Resort here in Scottsdale. There are still some tickets available, and if you're not local, the Mauna Lucia is a wonderful resort, has beautiful rooms. We are introducing our two books. Mine is Diary of a Mad Medium, which is really about karmic profiling. You can get it on Amazon. And his is about Wisdom of Your Spirit Guides. So we're going to do a night of readings on Friday night, and then Saturday we're going to teach. So I look forward to that. And I want you to keep watching for me. If you are not on my Facebook at Melinda Vail, INC, Inc., please get on that Facebook and like us, because every morning I do try to get on the Facebook with a little bit of a live video and give you some kind of a pearl of wisdom if I can. I am going to look through the rest of these that I didn't get to and make sure that I'm answering your questions. Okay, have a nice night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.